Today, we are diving into a fable that is, well, thousands of years old, but it holds a mirror up to our modern ideas of bravery in a way that's kind of shocking. We're going to explore the huge difference between being truly courageous and, just putting on a good show.
So, let's just start with a really provocative question, shall we? What if the courage you think you have isn't real? What if it's just a performance, an echo of a battle that's already over? This line is at the absolute heart of our story today. It's a pretty cryptic comment from a very wise observer, and to really get its power, we first have to understand the scene he was looking at.
All right, so to really get that quote, we need to go back, way back, like nearly 2,500 years back to one of Aesop's fables. Now, the story is super simple, but its message, well, that's anything but.
So, it all starts like this. A pack of dogs, they stumble upon the skin of a lion just lying there. The king of the jungle is long gone, and all that's left is this empty shell, this memory of power.
So what do? Do they respect it? Nope. They attack it. They just start furiously tearing at this lifeless hide with a rage they would have never dared to show the living animal. It's this huge display of aggression, a performance of dominance over something that can't even fight back.
But somebody is watching. A fox, the classic trickster and voice of reason in these old tales. He sees this whole spectacle, and he doesn't see bravery. He sees a joke, and he just can't help but laugh.
And this is where he delivers the punchline. He tells the dogs what they already know deep down. Their teeth are no match for a living lion's claws. Their so-called courage only exists because the lion is already gone.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. This fable isn't just about animals, obviously. It's a powerful metaphor for a very specific and very human kind of false bravery.
Let's actually give it a name. Retrospective bravery. This is basically the act of fighting ghosts. See, the dogs weren't fighting a lion. They were fighting their own memory of being afraid of him. It's this attempt to retroactively win a battle they were way too scared to fight when it actually mattered.
And this right here, this brings us to the central moral of the whole story. What honor is there in kicking an opponent who's already down? It's a completely hollow victory, a triumph that means absolutely nothing because there was never, ever any risk.
And this is where the fable forces us to ask some pretty uncomfortable questions about ourselves. I mean, think about it. Why do we so often wait until a powerful person is gone, or a threat has completely passed, to finally voice our outrage?
And here's a perfect modern twist on the same question. Is it really courage to tear down a statue of a figure you were once afraid of? Or is that just another way of tearing at a dead lion's skin? So here's the bottom line. Does all this rage against the past actually help us? Does fighting ghosts give us the real strength we need to face the challenges, the real lions that are standing right in front of us today?
So, let's bring this all home. How does this ancient fable actually play out in our own lives? Because, let's be honest, we see people tearing at skins every single day, often in ways we might not even recognize at first.
This slide just breaks it down perfectly. I mean, look at the personal level. Bad-mouthing someone the second they've left the room. We avoid the real conflict. Or, interpersonally, what about joining an online pile-on against someone who's already disgraced? We feel brave, but we're just following a safe crowd. And professionally, oh, this is a big one. Criticizing an old boss's policies, but only after you're safely in a new job. In every single one of these examples, the pitfall is exactly the same. We're mistaking being safe for being courageous.
All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do we stop being the dogs, tearing at skins, and actually start becoming the lion? How do we build that authentic strength? The fable itself gives us a pretty clear blueprint. First, be a little skeptical of the loudest critics. They were often the quietest when the fight was actually happening. Second, judge courage by what's said to a person's face, not about their memory. And the real takeaway here? Attacking the past is so often just an excuse to avoid the real challenges of the present. Sometimes, honorable silence is way better than a safe insult. And this slide just lays out the choice so perfectly. On the left, you've got the false bravery of the dogs. It's hollow, it attacks the fallen, it just follows the crowd. But on the right, you have the true courage of the lion. It's active and present. It faces opponents who are still standing, and it acts with real integrity. So how do we walk that path? Well, we can start with these simple but incredibly powerful mantras. Really commit to this stuff.
I'm going to speak my truth when it matters, not just when it's safe. I won't try to get power by tearing down those who are already defeated. I'm going to face the living lions in my life, and my courage will be active, present, and real.
At the end of the day, the crucial point is this. Your strength, your character, your courage, it's not defined by the ghosts you can beat. It's measured by your willingness to face the challenges and the opponents that are right in front of you right now, while they still have the power to push back.
And that leaves us with one final thought, really a call to action. Stop wasting your energy tearing at the skins of the past. Just leave them be. If you have something to say, find the courage to say it to the living. Go forth and find a real battle to fight, because that is where true strength is forged.